Carson's gonna claim the chocolate noodle. We are thorough sons of bitches. It's... You did the same thing. It's get with internet. The check is just stuff you've claimed, and there's
I wanted to get the Ice Terra shards first. That's why I...
Ice Terra shards and more. They call it Ice Terra shards and more. Hey, yo, could you guys randomly update this game and make something in the Blueberry Academy only take 1 or 2 Terra shards to Terra something? Thar, it blows. I'm Chocolate Noodle. Sharpest noodle this side of the Mississippi.
It is indeed a sharp noodle. I have no idea what box that ended up in.
That's why I did the surge. It was right there.
I don't have as many.
It's right there. Same as it ever was.
Yes.
It's a rigged event! Which I don't mind. Adamant's fine.
Yes. That's why I'll go one more save. And I'm going to go do the thing of getting it in the other game.
Probably jumped in a little bit before Carson clicked the button, because we claim events in multiple games. And I explained that in my footage as well. These are rigged, but I like getting multiple events when an event is random, because I like seeing if we roll...
Even outside of random, I do it to have multiple...
okay, yes! Multiple events are good! But if something is random,
because
I like...
even, like, without these being random, like I said, the Violet one, because that's...
If something is random, I like claiming...
The Violet one, because that's my default game, that's the one I'm probably going to use a Nature Mint on and make a Jolly, and leave this one as Adamant. To make them slightly different sets.
Yes. I like getting multiples as well, but I like when events are random, because we've talked about random events. Because it's funny, oh no, you're a physical attacker, and I got like a terrible attack, Ivy, and Modest. Thanks,
like,
game.
Though them setting these, I do find really funny, because with the, like, pattern they're following of, yeah, pretty good, is the opposite stat. That means when we get to Ting Lu, it's probably going to maybe actually have a best in both attack stats, or it's going to be like this, because Ting Lu is more of a physical attacker.
Ting Lu is a HP heavy physical attacker that's decently slow.
So it's probably going to be best in everything except special attack, because they're not giving that thing a negative speed, because they didn't give this one a negative speed.
I didn't say it in my recording, but I can make this a little bit different, so these are not carbon copies. People hacking Scarlet and Violet and figuring out the stats of the raids, the gifts seem to match the raids.
That's the other reason I'm like...
No, so I would need to go find the paste of the Ting Lu raid. Because if the paste of the Ting Lu raid is a certain way, then the gift should just be whatever the raid was.
And considering that that raid had Snarl, that's why I'm like, it's probably going to have a perfect special attack. Which, if so, that would be funny, because that would then mean that that one has 6 perfect stats.
We can see when we get there, they seem to match those, hacked lists, because the gift just seems to be what the raid was, which is cool. I didn't say that in my playthrough video. this is Carson's game, Carson's footage. He swapped to Scarlet to say that for a second, not ramble. People hacking the game and getting the data of what the raid was, since the raids need stats and can be set. It seems like the gifts just match what the raids are. That's so I would need to go find that like bin paste of Ting Lu. And to quickly reiterate it in this game, but not as long. Jolly is a good nature if you want speed, because Fluttermane, Miraidon, and Koraidon also match your speed tier. So Jolly, you can speed tie if you want to speed tie, or if they're not running max speed, because sometimes all three of those fox will run slightly less speed. You can actually win, and you're not speed tying, you're just faster. Adamant is good if you want damage, and you have Sucker Punch and Ice Shard if you want priority. I would recommend Jolly over Adamant, just because Jolly is better on something that's this frail, so that you outspeed every possible thing, unless you really want to bank on priority. And if that's the case, Adamant is fine.
Yeah, before we start, that's in the other games, I can't show it because it's probably too violent and not this one. I think one of the only sweeper Pokemon I have made an attack boosting nature and not a speed boosting nature is Barraskewda, because it's a I think it's 23 speed with Swift Swim, and that before all these 130 speed assholes, because Fluttermane was a booster energy, can be faster than that. Barraskewda, that was why I made it Adamant, because in a normal game, I'm like, this is basically the fastest thing in the game.
Really fast stuff or things with setup, to just talk about Pokemon in general before ending. Attack boosting natures, and I'm also counting special attack in that, so Adamant and Modest. You could run those natures if you have some setup. You could do Adamant on a Pokemon and do Dragon Dance as a hypothetical, because you're Adamant and Dragon Dance is giving you speed, so you don't need to be speed positive as much. But the Danger Noodle here generally prefers speed, because it is incredibly frail, and you might as well maximize outspeeding things, because not outspeeding things could cost you a match unless you rely on a cheeky Sucker Punch or an Ice Shard. And normally, in most cases, I say speed is better than power, but power is okay if you have some setup, because...
Or again, if not setup, if something has a speed boosting ability, like Swift Swim or whatever...
You could get away with a Swift Swim Pokemon being, Modest or Adamant.
Because I think one of the only other ones I did that was a Ludicolo.
That's fine, you can get away with that. Yes, abilities that double in weather and stuff, or other similar abilities, are a good example of that too. But a good generic example, I have Dragon Dance. I can run Adamant, because if I Dragon Dance when I'm Adamant, I'm still gaining speed. Unless you want to Dragon Dance and speed creep, because you're trying to be faster than other stuff. I guess I'll offer a general Pokemon tip, because people get confused by this. But this is logical, and I can say this quickly. Moves like Dragon Dance are 50%, and the choice items are also 50%. So I've seen a lot of people entirely misunderstand speed tiers and think that they can set up a Dragon Dance and be faster than certain things. Because I will always talk about this, because, dude, I think got kind of salty, but it's a funny example of literally exactly what I'm quickly talking about. I was in a battle online once, and someone used Dragon Dance, but the Pokemon that used Dragon Dance was Feraligatr. And I had a choice scarf on Chandelure. And my Chandelure with the choice scarf was timid, and I click an energy ball and blow back Feraligatr, the ever-living fuck-up. Feraligatr, even if it was speed positive, would be slower because its speed is like a base of 61, 62. I forget what it is. It's around 60. Chandelure's speed is 80. So, timid 80 with Scarf would have been faster than Jolly, like, 61 with Dragon Dance. And I bet that dude was adamant, but you need to account for that, and I won because Chandelure gets Energy Ball, which people forget about. And I choice scarfed into Energy Ball, and the Feraligatr died because I had grass coverage and it was faster. It would have been faster if I wasn't scarfed, but I was. So I'm going to do my outro in a second. That's just something to remember when it comes to speed versus power. If you're doing a 50% speed increase, try to think about what might beat you if it's also 50. Because I've seen people forget about that, overcompensate, think something like a Feraligatr can be faster than a Pokemon like Chandelure. As a bonus point for that, because dude, literally, and this was a dumb best of one cheese from years ago, before I wrap up, but it's a perfect example of literally what I'm talking about. Someone online once, I was in a battle, and they had, Magnetine, not Magnezone. They had Magnetine. And I was like, why the fuck are you running Magnetine? And then it outsped me. I was like, oh my god, you choice scarfed it because it's 10 points faster than Magnezone, you fucking dick.
Yeah, that's a thing a lot of people forget about. Magnezone and Magmortar actually lost speed in their evolutions.
And, what's the... Damn it. Electivire.
Oh yeah, they all actually lost speed.
Yes, they all lost speed! I'm pretty sure Electivire lost speed. In fact, if I'm talking, and if I'm wrong about this, I can take the L, I can flash up the speed stats on screen before ending, because I don't want to waste more time, but someone choice scarfed Magnetine because it is 10 points faster, and I was like, oh, you cheeky fuck.
It's 70 in the UFO. There is 60. Hence why I put.
Yeah, and hence why I lost to a best of one cheese. Choice scarfs that.
This is the casual team. This is nowhere near a competitive team. Hence why that thing's holding a quick claw.
Yes. Need to do the.
Yeah, you can.
I was about to. I try, besides just showing events, I like talking about stats in Pokemon and maybe actually trying to teach people something. And that Magneton thing has stuck with me for like a decade because I lost to a best of one cheese. Because I was like, why are you running the middle form? Oh, wait. Oh, you could scarf. Oh, you dick. And that seems to be the only reason.
Before stopping, I can't remember. Is this thing analytic? Oh no, sturdy. I believe analytic is the hidden ability. I can never remember.
I get mixed up, and I think that's the hidden ability. I need to do my fucking
we can stop. It's just, you brought up Magnezone, I literally used it.
Because it's slower, but it's stronger! Someone gave up power to Choice Scarf and this was in the 3DS era. They gave up power for speed to best of one cheese random matches because you often don't think about is something scarfed. And by having the 70 over the 60, they were able to barely beat me. And it was a dumb best of one cheese, and I lost to it. And when I realized what they did, I was like, oh, you cheeky fuck, you picked the faster one
Yeah.
to do exactly this. But
Yeah.
I can do my outro and everything.
Not disconnect from me.
I'm really good at truncating this now. First of all, I have multiple, social media links in the video description. I know a bunch of different websites are cesspools, but let's be real here. If I try to avoid truly problematic sites, it's like I wouldn't be anywhere online. It just gives me a wide reach, because sometimes you have to do that. It's a necessary evil. If you want to support the channel, subscriptions help a lot. If enough people subscribe, YouTube will promote our videos more often. If you want to support the channel financially, there's a Patreon link, normally mixed in with those other social media links. And you can usually find it in the pinned comment or the video description. At least the Patreon is on the main channel page as well. I didn't put every link there. I might do that later. Lowest tier is $1. You get videos early. I have plans for the second and third tiers. Those tiers are $2 and $3, but I need supporters before I can use those for my intentions. I was looking at a couple of hard drives and a UPS battery backup, so some extra cash would be helpful. It's not necessary, and I don't want people to feel obligated, but it would help a lot, and I have some other stuff I wanted to buy. But with all of that said, I'm doing my main outro now. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later. It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, how many of you crazy mavericks are actually going to leave this thing adamant and not change the nature to jolly? If you decide to do that, I would understand why. Adamant is valid, but I feel like most people will be changing this thing to a jolly nature, since jolly is generally preferred for the reasons that me and Carson basically discussed in my recording as well as his. If you run jolly, you can speed creep a couple of things, and in general, you want more speed because that basically lets you move before a lot of different stuff. While adamant is useful, your speed tier is high enough to basically beat a lot of common things. And even the stuff you might speed tie with might not be running max speed. A lot of times they give up some speed and invest in other stats. Normally, it's giving up some speed for bulk. And in general, if it comes down to it, I would rather have a speed tie versus a scenario where I always lose because I'm slower, but adamant is valid. And I thought this question and this topic would be really funny, because in general, I just wanted to see if any of you would be leaving this thing as adamant. If you are leaving it as adamant, why? I would love to know what set you plan to use an adamant nature for, which again, I'm not saying adamant is bad. Adamant is fine. I just think jolly is better because this thing is fast enough where I feel like you want as much speed as possible because you basically beat a good chunk of Pokemon. And if you run jolly, even certain Pokemon that set up or use a choice scarf, you actually still beat them in raw speed by a couple of points. And that's always something you need to consider. But anyway, I am starting to ramble. You can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them all on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.